Hello everyone, it's Kay here with a project that is essentially sponsored by Handy Hippo Crafts. They have contributed quite considerably to the project I'm about to share with you, and the project is made up with this brown paper bag, which as you can see is quite large. I got it from the local chip shop, and the manager there was very kind enough to sell me some of the bags that they use to send out their fare. So I smiled sweetly to the manager and bought these, and they are quite a considerable size. They've got a very nice pocket envelope at the bottom here. Excuse the shadow, the sun has come out again to foil my attempts at filming, but we'll carry on regardless. And all you need to do basically is remove the paper handle, as I have here, and then fold over, crease the bottom pocket and fold over like so, but you fold over from the second crease in the bag, and this brings it down to slightly larger than an A4 piece of paper, as I'm sure you can see. I don't have a measurer here, so I can't be any more precise. I do apologise. But what you do then is seal this with some glue, or indeed you could have it as an extra pocket on the front of your envelope, and then you seal again here and attach it to the base of the bag, and that is the basis for the project I'm about to share with you. Now, it's nothing new, although it is, I think, relatively new on YouTube. People are doing lots and lots of variations. I apologise, I can't remember the name of the lady. I've just been watching through to get some inspiration, and there are several snail mail pockets on YouTube, but I've not actually made a notation of the original person who came up with the idea, so I do apologise for that. It's not my idea and I wouldn't claim it as so, but it is one of these things that once you've seen it, it grabs your attention and allows you to put your own stamp on it. So that, as I say, is the base of the pocket folder. Now, I've got one here that I've decorated, needless to say, and what I've used here is American cardstock, some ribbon, and the paper bag, some decorative papers, a little clip-on butterfly which suited the colours very nicely because, as you can see, they are black and pink. I made an envelope on my envelope maker, which is here readily available. I did get this one on Handy Hippo Crafts, so I would like to promote this one. It's the We Are Memory Keepers envelope box, and it is a godsend to anyone who crafts because it is a versatile little piece of equipment and really does help with a variety of projects. I'll move that one back out of the way. The American cardstock is just amazing. It is such a good quality and comes in a variety of colours, springtime colours, autumn colours, or indeed on Handy Hippo you are in a position to be able to buy sheets at I think around 35p each, and that's for a 12 by 12, so you can purchase to coordinate to any project that you care to mention. I've made a little paperclip embellishment here, and again it's just using ordinary ribbon, some punches to make a tidy backing for it, and the little heart-shaped flatback pearl there is also available on Handy Hippo Crafts amongst their embellishment category. I've also used a stamp, just a border stamp, as you can see, border punch, beg your pardon. Also, again, the Handy Hippo carry a huge variety of the most current of punches. It's just a question of going along to the site and checking it out. Within the envelope, which I've also decorated with the design paper, which is from my own stash, not available on Handy Hippo, I've put in a selection of tags just to fill that envelope, but clearly anything you had available would suit the purpose. I didn't have any coordinating baker's twine available for this particular project, but there is a good array on Handy Hippo Crafts. I've used the acrylic flat back embellishment here, and they're a bit like the acrylic dots that they talk about, but they're faceted, and I don't know if the camera will pick up. They've got a lovely little sheen to them. You just pick up the facet there. And all you do basically, once you've put your bag together, as I've suggested, you then cut out a little finger groove here. I've used the envelope also to anchor down the ribbon. In here is a huge pocket, as you can see, that if I bring it that way around, that is the whole length of the bag, so you really could go to town with special little gifts for someone and, you know, make it a real occasion packaging. The pocket here, again, if I open it, is really quite significant, and you'll see why it's called a pocket letter snail mail folder, because there is indeed a pocket letter in it. I do apologise for the cross across the screen. I'm not in a position to be able to do anything about it because it's the shadow from the tripod leg. What I've used is the paper line that I used before, the Scrapberries. I do still have a little bit of it left, not a whole lot, I have to say, having done the previous project, but here it is in all its what's left over, and it's the Scrapberries. I'm trying to remember the name of the line. I did keep the front paper, but I don't see it. Here we are. Beg your pardon. It's the Scrapberry 6x6 24 one-sided sheets, and it is Home Sweet Home. And it's been a real delight to work with. This is the second project I've done with it. The first project I did was quite paper intensive. That was the folio, and I did use a huge amount of the paper stack, but I still have, even having used up the scraps, I've kept the whole sheets, but even having used up the scraps for the pocket letter, I still have quite a bit left over, which will be ideal to make a card with, which I'll probably do within the next project that I put up on behalf of Handy Hippo Crafts. And you can see this is really very pretty. I've just used a myriad of little dies to put on top of the papers to make them extra pretty, and I've taken the opportunity, because Valentine's Day is ever looming, to just make it as a sort of housey loved theme with the sewing elements and the house and the hearts, and just decorated it to suit really. It's the 9 pockets, 2.5 by 3 inches standard. These pockets I don't believe are available on Handy Hippo, but they are ready available online. And then I've used these little coin envelopes to allow me to put little bits of embellishments and ribbon and little gifts for the recipient, which then tuck into the back of the pocket letter like so. I've used washi tape, as you'll see on the side, just to pretty it up. You don't need to go over the top with these unless you absolutely want to. Because the design papers were so pretty, it left me in a position to do minimal decoration, as you can see, but it is a great way of using up your stock of little embellishments. I've used the flat back dots again, and also some little rhinestones for the bird eye there. As you can see, the cardstock I used is also from Handy Hippo, and then layered and then put the dimensional on the top, so it does afford it a good feel of quality, and it's not a bit flimsy, so you could actually take these out and use them and make envelopes for them if you wanted to. But it is a collector's paradise. I have a huge selection myself of these pocket letters. There are several groups available on Facebook and the like, where you can get into swaps if that's what you'd like to do. And these are just such a lovely project to get into if you're just starting out on your crafting path. Just such a lovely, lovely way to swap with friends, to swap with like-minded people, and you really will find everything you need to make these possible, apart from the pockets, on Handy Hippo Crafts, so it's well worth going along. They always have sales on. Currently you can buy in the 40% off or the 50% off selection there, and that includes dies and stamps, anything your heart desires, so do go along and check them out. I'm going to put this back into my little pocket envelope here, and I think you'll agree it's quite a nice gift to send out to someone that you can absolutely spoil by virtue of the amount of space available in this little gift. It just is such a lovely way of doing. So I hope I've inspired you. Do go along and check out other people's creations. Some people have put flip books on the front, waterfalls of sayings and quotations, all of that kind of thing. But as always, I've put my own stamp on my project because that's what I like to do. So happy hunting, everyone. If you feel this is for you, then do go along and check out what's available. And I thank you very much for sharing this time with me. Take care and happy crafting, everyone. Bye bye for now.